Number 1. In recent years, incidents of police brutality and the unjust treatment of marginalized communities have sparked outrage and ignited passionate conversations across the globe. One such incident occurred in Yonkers, New York, where legendary rapper Styles P, known for his groundbreaking work, found himself at the center of a powerful moment. In a video that quickly went viral, Styles P stood up for a black woman being arrested by the police, unleashing a torrent of emotions. The incident and Styles P's response. On July 12th, a video emerged capturing an intense confrontation between police officers and a black woman in Yonkers. The footage begins with a concerned woman filming the encounter, shouting at the police as they forcefully detain another woman.
A fucking girl! A fucking girl! Don't come my way! Because if I give you my information, you're gonna be acting out!
In this crucial moment, Styles P, the staunch advocate for justice, steps forward, raising his voice in defense of the oppressed.
She's on the floor! That's a fucking female!
Like I said,
Styles P's initial approach demonstrates his compassion and desire to calm the woman being arrested. He offers words of reassurance, urging her to relax and loosen up in an attempt to alleviate her distress. However, as his attention shifts to the police officers, a surge of righteous anger overtakes him. In a fit of raw emotion, Styles P confronts the police officers directly, calling them out for their actions. He berates them and accuses them of using excessive force. He challenges their use of violence against a woman and denounces their apparent fear of black individuals.
but you gotta know your fucking neighborhood. You can't just come here and be scared of somebody and slam women on the ground. It's not a black or white thing, it's about being in this neighborhood.
With unyielding determination, Styles P refuses to let the injustice go unnoticed.
Let me go. I'm gonna tell you. Listen, this is wrong. They're doing his job. He picked up, he could have shoved it down. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. God damn, fuck this. You're right. I'm sorry. Have a blessed one. God bless.
The police response. In the aftermath of the video's release, the Yonkers Police Department felt compelled to provide an official statement addressing the incident. They claimed that the woman being arrested had fled from officers while they were investigating her reckless driving on an unregistered moped. According to their account, the officers caught up to her and attempted to restrain her, resorting to a standard takedown to subdue her. They emphasized that no strikes were used during the incident. Internal investigations. The Yonkers Police Department emphasized their commitment to transparency, promising a thorough review of all evidence, including body-worn camera footage and interviews with all parties involved.
We have full transparency, and it's the way we conduct our investigation.
The Yonkers Police Department, after a brief investigation, believed that the police did not use excessive force during the arrest. Therefore, both officers that made the arrest will still be working in their department. Number 2. In the quiet neighborhood of Rohnert Park, Don McComas found himself thrust into an unexpected and unsettling encounter.
You don't touch me. You don't touch me.
It was a warm summer day, the date etched into his memory, July 29th, 2015. Standing outside his Hermitage Way home, Don took out his trusty cell phone, unknowingly preparing to capture a moment that would forever change his life.
He clearly didn't like that I was pointing my camera to videotape him, but he came around the area very slow.
As fate would have it, Officer Dave Rodriguez happened upon the scene. The air grew tense, and a series of events unfolded, leaving Don bewildered and alarmed. Officer Rodriguez, with a firm grip on his gun, refused to release it even as the discussion between the two men grew uneasy.
This one's really got a gun at me. No. You don't touch me.
Hey man,
No, you don't touch me.
when I tell you to take your hand out,
I've done nothing.
okay?
Nope.
You need to relax,
You go away.
okay? I don't go away. I stay where I am. You can go in your house if you want, or you can stay out here. But you don't keep your hand in your pocket, okay?
My hand can be in my pocket. There's nothing in there. I've done nothing. What have I done?
I'm telling you.
Answer me. What have I done? Why'd you get out of your vehicle?
You're taking a picture of me. I'm taking a picture of you.
You take a picture and leave.
Okay? I don't have to leave.
Neither do I.
So, I told you to take your hand out of your pocket. I just want to make sure you don't have a weapon.
You know I don't have a weapon on me.
Okay? I don't know that.
You do that. I'm completely clear.
Now,
Wrong. You have your gun out because you're a police officer. You're trying to intimidate me, and this is going all over YouTube.
put it on.
This is horrible. Trust me, I will.
Okay.
You guys have done enough to my family.
Okay. I don't even know who you are.
That's why you just happened to slowly approach my house, stop in front of my house,
I don't even know
and then
who
keep
you
going.
are.
So that was just random.
In a statement by McComas, he explained that while he was hitching a boat to his SUV on July 29th, he first took a photo of an officer in his vehicle driving by and leaving. Then, McComas said, the officer did a second pass, and that's when he became suspicious, because the officer refused to leave and just kept staring at him, leading to a confrontation. He further says that he believed the officer would have shot him at that particular moment, but because he was recording the incident, he restrained himself from shooting.
Why are you doing this?
Why are you sitting here with your gun out at me? This is why I'm doing this, to protect myself from you.
Okay. All right. Well, you just stay right in front of me, and then we'll be all fine. Okay?
Am I being detained? Have I been accused? Are you accusing me of a crime? Are you suspecting me of a crime?
If I did, I would arrest you. Okay?
Stretching into a seemingly endless 2-minute exchange. Though the situation remained fraught with tension, no arrests were made that day. The city authorities swiftly responded, offering an explanation for Officer Rodriguez's actions. They claimed he had been diligently patrolling the neighborhood, searching for parking violations. In his eyes, Don's behavior appeared suspicious, triggering an instinctual reaction that led him to draw his weapon. But Don, like any citizen who suddenly finds themselves at the center of such a distressing incident, sought justice and understanding. Seeking accountability for the violation of his rights, Don took a bold step forward. In May, he filed a federal civil rights lawsuit against Officer Rodriguez, claiming his freedom of speech and assembly had been violated. His lawyer, Daniel Beck, passionately defended his client's case. Private investigators were assigned to conduct an internal review, delving into the depths of the encounter between Don and Officer Rodriguez. Their findings, announced a year later, offered a defense of Rodriguez's actions. They concluded that he had adhered to department policy, deeming it reasonable for him to have upholstered his weapon during the encounter. The review further denied any evidence of harassment, asserting that Rodriguez had engaged with Don for legitimate reasons, void of any intention to mistreat or harass him. The story took a curious turn as Officer Rodriguez retired from the force earlier in 2016. The chapter closed, leaving lingering questions and a lingering sense of unease. Number 3. A police officer's confrontation with a woman which went viral on social media captured the attention of Hamilton Police Department. The incident and its aftermath. According to court documents, Constable Ian Milburn, a member of the Hamilton Police Service, pleaded guilty to assault after lunging at a woman in February 2021. The court imposed 18 months of probation and outlined several conditions, including writing an apology letter to the victim, avoiding contact with her, except in emergencies, attending anger management classes, and completing 150 hours of community service. The woman's name has been withheld due to safety concerns. The surveillance footage of the incident depicts 2 masked, uniformed officers approaching the door of a basement unit in response to a neighbor dispute. The victim, a transgender woman with disabilities, recounts the neighbor's harassment and attempts to evict her, contrary to zoning regulations. The encounter escalates when the officer interrupts her, warning of potential arrest if she damages any property. The victim asserts that she did not cause any damage, requesting respectful communication.
Because I haven't damaged
Okay, then I'll just speak over you, because clearly you're unreasonable and you don't listen.
No, actually.
If you damage his property,
Sir, go look at
you are going to be arrested. Listen to me.
Please don't speak to me.
If you damage his property,
None of his property has been. You don't need to speak with me.
if you damage his property, you are going to be arrested.
In response, the officer dismisses her, raising his voice and attempting to speak over her. He demonstrates a lack of patience and respect, engaging in an abuse of power that ultimately leads to the assault.
So do not damage
I
anything.
never touched his
Is
item.
that clear?
Sir, it's clear.
Thank you.
Go have a good day. I never touched his item. Enjoy your bullying of a position.
The assault perpetrated by Constable Ian Milburn and captured on surveillance footage serves as a stark reminder of the work that lies ahead in reforming our justice system. This incident should not be viewed in isolation, but rather as a call to action to address the broader systemic issues that perpetuate police brutality and undermine public trust. If you love stories like this, press like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more. Thanks for watching.